Yo, what's going on? Hey, thank y'all for stopping back by the house, man. Chopping it up with us again, man. Hey, we back on it. Hey, y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. And y'all know what to do, man. Hey, wipe your feet, close the door behind you, man. Y'all come on in, man. Chop it up with me, man. Well, hey, you saw the title, man. This is the Devin Haney versus, hold on, bear with me, Xolisani and Ndongeni uh match that's coming on tonight, man. I'm sorry this came out so close to the fight, but here it is. We got it for you. We're giving it to you, and we're gonna go ahead and make this short, sweet, quick as we can. So we got plenty of time for people to catch this before the fight. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Hey, before I go any further, I got to say salute, shout out to the whole LDBC. Hey, shout out to my whole block fam. You know what I'm saying? That's MARLO'S Corner with the homie TRAE. Uh, Legendary Top Cast, Main Boxing Biker, El Fenici, Chris Rainey, D-Lo 404 and more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody that rocks with us over there on the corner, man. Hey, that's where the good play-by-play is gonna be going down tonight, man. So if y'all want to watch the fight with the best blow-by-blow commentary, pull up over on MARLO'S Corner, man. When this is going down tonight, man. Hey, Trey's gonna give you the best in the business with that good blow-by-blow commentary, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're gonna start with the good, the bad, the ugly. As always, I got my notes, you know. But here we go. Start with Devin Haney. Comes in with a record of 20 wins, no defeats, no draws, 13 KOs. Stands 5 feet 9 inches with a 71-inch reach, and he is an orthodox fighter. So into the good. He's a slick, elusive fighter. Got a good stiff jab, excellent footwork and movement skills. He's an intelligent fighter. That's one of the best things that I like about him, man. You know, he has good ring IQ for a young fighter, and he seems to be increasing his boxing IQ and his ring IQ, you know, with every fight. He's got a good straight right hand. You know, the lead right that he throws sometimes it's a good weapon for him, and he uses it effectively. Guy, he's pretty good at the pull counter too. I've seen that a number of times where he's put that on display, and it looks like you know, kind of Floyd Mayweather-esque with that. He's a good counter puncher, period. You know, his counter punch game is pretty solid, man, and I like what he does, man. He transitions really well from offense to defense. Let's see. Can throw different punches from different levels, angles, and launching points. So the opponents it makes him a bit harder to time because the opponents aren't sure exactly where the punch is going to originate from or where it's going to land. You know, they don't know the origin or the destination of the punch, and that keeps opponents off guard and guessing. And that's a good thing that he has in his toolkit. Let's see. He likes to throw a barrage of punches when the opponent is hurt. You know, I see him as a sharper, cleaner, crisper version of Deontay Wilder, where Deontay Wilder, you know, go into full hurricane, tornado, windmill mode. Devin is gonna hit you with sharp, clean shots, but it's gonna be Tommy gun style when he's got the opponent hurt, and he's gonna try to get him out of there that way. Knows how to smother the opponent's work when he needs to, and that's, you know, when opponents have been able to get success on him, and you know, with consecutive shots, and it's normally 2, maybe 3 shots if they're able to get in on him, he'll smother that work, and you know, that's basically hitting the reset button so the ref can break them, and you know, and give them good distance, and they can reset and restart. So he's good at that. Fights well at all 3 levels, from outside, you know, from range, intermediate, which isn't necessarily chest to chest, but close in, and then on the inside, when the fighters are chest to chest, shoulder to shoulder, whatever the case may be. He fights well, and he's able to initiate offense and execute decent defense, you know, on the inside as well. But his offensive output on all 3 levels is pretty good. He's got a nice body attack when he chooses to use it. He's an athletic fighter, and his athleticism is on display in most cases. He's got good reflexes, good quickness, and it's normally displayed in all of his fights. He will repeat the same consecutive punches if open. That kind of stood out to me, in multiple fights I saw where if the fighter, if they were in, shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, and he was able to, his left hand might be getting held, but he was able to get that right hook off. It'd be like uh, uh, until either the ref came in and broke it, or dude decided to let him go and get out of there. If the open is there, he'll keep going back to the well. Until the well runs dry. Smart, and it works for him. All right, on to the bad. Not a lot of head movement prior to punches coming his way. So his head seems kind of stationary a lot of the times, a lot of the fights, because he relies on, like we said, his reflex and his quickness to be able to evade and slip punches. So, his head is pretty stationary, until a punch comes and then he's moving. But prior to that, he doesn't keep the opponent guessing with head movement, So, yeah. Keeps his hands low defensively at times, and I've seen him get caught a number of times because of that. His hands being low. That's one of the things he needs to tighten up and get that right. Not a heavy-handed puncher. Although I've seen him hit his opponents with flush shots, they're not devastating shots. It's not the one-hitter quitters. That's not his MO. Can get sloppy defensively. Can get defensively sloppy and irresponsible when he's showboating and trying to shine on his opponents. I've seen him pay the price for trying to showboat and be exciting and flashy and flamboyant for the crowd. To get them into it. A few times he's eating some shots because of that. So he needs to be mindful of being defensively responsible, clean and crisp. For the whole duration of the fight. All right, now we will go to Xolisani and Ndongeni. I hope I said that right. He comes in with a record of 25-0 with 13 KOs. He stands 5'8". BoxRec did not list his reach, and he is an orthodox fighter. So both of these guys have roughly the same amount of fights. Ndongeni has 5 more fights, but they have the same number of KOs. All right, so let's go to the good. Nice head movement. He's got a decent jab, not a stiff piston-like jab, but it's a decent jab. He's okay with his feints. It gets to a point in the fight that if he's successful with his jab and some of his other punches, the opponents start to respect his feints. Decent footwork and movement skills. He's okay. He's got okay counter punching skills. I guess I should have said decent. Decent, okay. Insert whichever word you would like to use. I wouldn't consider him great at it. I think he may be breaking into the level of good with it, but I guess average would be the best way to put it. He's a slick fighter at times. I saw evidence of him being able to slip and evade punches with both his footwork and his upper body movement. He's got a nice left hook to the body, and that stood out to me because he uses it effectively when he can. Pretty good. Oh no, willing to trade with the opponents. I saw instances of him, standing his ground and being willing to exchange with opponents and trade shots. What else? Pretty good at shooting step around. So there's times when he'll throw a shot, get it off, connect with the opponent, and then he'll step around. And normally he's stepping around to the right on his opponents. For some reason, that's the way he goes. He steps around to the right on his opponents. Nice short combos, primarily the 1-2 and the 1-4. He's got a nice use of angles, and he's got an okay lead right. All right, on to the bad. Not much pop on his punches. Doesn't really sit down on his shots. He gets trapped in the corners regularly. You know, for some reason he allows himself to be moved back into the corners. Now, I will say, you know, in fairness, a nice percentage of the time he's able to get himself out of the corners, but he really doesn't have much problem being, you know, pushed, drawn, led into the corners, forced into the corners, I should say. Hand speed, average at best. At times misjudges range, and by that I mean he has a tendency to sometimes throw punches from too far away. You know, he wound up in that kill zone. So Devin Haney, if he does that with Devin Haney, Devin Haney's going to make him pay for that. Jab, what does it say? Oh, jab has a tendency to be lazy, slow, and hanging at time, and he can be countered over that slow, hanging, and lazy jab. That is something that Devin Haney does well. He does counter over a slow, lazy jab. So expect to possibly see that going on, you know, a number of times. If and I'm just gonna call him in, well, it's in Ndongeni. If Ndongeni's jab isn't sharp tonight, you know, expect to see counters over that from Devin Haney. At times doesn't seem willing to stand his ground against pressure fighters. You know, a lot of the times, although up above we did say that he was willing to trade with opponents, I did see evidence of that, but the majority of the time against the pressure fighters he was facing, it seems like he wasn't willing to stand his ground. He was always in retreat mode. You know, I guess I should have said that he has a decent back foot game, because he was able to fight, you know, moving backwards, you know, off the back foot, and still get punches off fairly decently. Let's see. Opposition predominantly unknowns. According to BoxRec, it seemed like he's fought all of his fights except for one in South Africa, and they all seem to be South African opponents. He did fight one guy here in the States. I think his name was Juan Garcia or something like that, a guy from California. But the overwhelming majority of his opponents have been South Africans, and the venues he fought in have been in South Africa. So you know, he's coming here. And when he fought that Garcia guy, he fought him on Showbox. So, you know, he's been under the lights before. You know, so we'll see how he reacts to this one. All right. So that's the bad. Let's go ahead and get to the keys to victory. And we'll start with Devin Haney. In my opinion, I believe he needs to press the action. And I think he needs to work effectively from all three levels. Excuse me. As athleticism and reflexes need to be on display. If his quick movement, whether it's upper body, head movement while slipping and ducking shots, footwork, whatever the case may be, if that is on display tonight, that could confuse and frustrate the opponent. And I think we're going to see that tonight. And I think that's going to be something that Devin Haney's able to use to his advantage, you know, and able in his effort to initiate offense and execute defense. He needs to be slicker than slick, meaning whereas Ndongeni is a slick fighter, Devin Haney needs to be slicker, you know. So that kind of coincides with the athleticism and the reflexes. Hand speed needs to be on display tonight. In my opinion, Devin Haney's hand speed is vastly superior to Ndongeni's hand speed, and he needs to show that tonight. You know, where, especially in the counterpunching aspect, you know, where Ndongeni likes to leave punches out there and retract them slowly. Devin needs to make him pay with that with ultra high speed precision, you know, and make him make him second guess and kind of scary about throwing those punches or leaving those punches out there. And he needs to find a home for that right hand, whether it's part of the right two. I mean, whether it's part of the 1-2 or whether he uses it as a lead. He needs to find a home for that right hand. All right, so let's go to Ndongeni. His hand speed must increase. If his hand speed doesn't increase, he's going to get counterpunched all night long. He must be smart and accurate with his punch placement. And he has a tendency to get sloppy and shots start to wing a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and not be as crisp and sharp as they should be. He needs to be smart about where he places his punches, and he needs to be accurate when placing them. He needs to keep Haney out of rhythm and uncomfortable. Haney is a rhythm fighter, and once you let him get in that rhythm, it's going to be a long, hard night for you. So he needs to do things to keep Haney guessing, to keep Haney uncomfortable, and keep Haney thinking rather than throwing. So yeah, punches need to be sharp and quick, you know, which kind of coincides with the hand speed, but he doesn't need to leave anything out there hanging. He doesn't need to throw anything slowly, you know. And I know a lot of times people hear me say, well, Fighter X has good variation in punch speed, this, that, and third. But when your punches are all slow, you know, it is what it is. You're gonna get countered, you know, by good opposition, good counterpunching opposition. You're gonna get countered, and you're gonna get countered effectively. So, Ndongeni's punches need to be sharp and quick. Whatever he puts out there, he needs to get it back and get in defensive posture as quickly as he can. Now, with all that being said, it's a no-brainer. I got Devin Haney, and I got him by TKO. I think that barrage of punches that we spoke about earlier is going to come into effect. This is going to be a 10-round fight. I think somewhere in the later rounds, I'm going to say round 8. Around round 8 is when we're going to see Devin Haney unleash the beast on this dude. And I think the ref is going to call it off. Who's the boss, in the words of the big homie TRAE. That's what's up. So there you have it. I got Devin Haney by TKO round 8 over Xolisani and Ndongeni. But yeah, that's what it is, man. But once again, man, appreciate y'all for stopping by the house, chopping it up with us. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready to get out of here and hit these streets. You know what I'm saying? Make some moves on a planet called Clarksville, Tennessee. And shout out to the whole LDBC. Salute to the whole block fam. MARLO'S Corner, TRAE, Main Boxing Biker, El Fenici, Legendary Top Cats, D-Lo 404 Mo, Chris Rayner. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that rock with us, man. Y'all know who y'all are, man. I see y'all tonight on the corner because that's where I'm going to be at, man. If y'all want the best blow-by-blow, play-by-play fight commentary, man, you need to show up at MARLO'S Corner tonight for this fight, man. You will be impressed. I already know it, man. If you subscribe to me and you're not subscribed to anybody else that I mentioned a minute ago, you're slipping on your pimping, man. You need to go over there, subscribe, and follow those dudes, man, and check out the content that they putting out, man. Hit that bell icon, too, so you know every time they put out a video that they dropping something for you, man. Everybody that I mentioned is bringing that heat, man. So that's what it is. Hey, also, man, I want to say salute to the Houston hard hitters, man. Stay Ready Boxing TV, 503 Lion, two of Houston's finest. You know what I'm saying? All of the usual suspects that rock over there with me over at Stay Ready's, man. Subscribe to those boys. Smash that bell icon, man. And y'all already know what it is, man. Like and subscribe this video. You know, share this to your social media platforms and give somebody else a chance to see how we doing, how we rocking over here at the house, man. Let them peek their head around and see what's going on, man. But like I said, y'all already know what it is. I am that boy Box. This is Rough House Boxing TV. And trying to think. Is that it? Is that it? Is that... Yeah, that's it. So y'all can go ahead and get on out the house now. Gee.